Welcome to the Musar video blog. So tomorrow night is Yom Kippur. I was thinking, what's a message I could say on the video blog for Yom Kippur? And there were so many things that were racing through my mind. I was thinking about, it's such a special day. It's an opportunity to make up with our friends. It's a day when we contemplate and get a better sense of what's important in life. What are the real values that we should be dedicating ourselves to? It's a day to think about the past, where we've been, about the future, where we'd like to be, how we're going to get there. All kinds of wonderful ideas. It's a day of prayer. It's a day of fasting. It's a day of devotion. What's the one thing? I have a few minutes here. What's the one thing that I should say? I decided, I think an important point that can go a long way is a point made by Rebbe Yisrael Salanter, the so-called founder of the modern Musar movement. He speaks about Yom Kippur, and he says an important thing in Yom Kippur is that we should choose something small to change. Sometimes you get carried away, you're in the shul, you're saying all the prayers, you're thinking about this and that and all kinds of stuff, and you get very inspired. And I want to change so much, I want to be a different person, this year's going to be different than all the rest. And we all know, unfortunately, once you leave the shul after Yom Kippur, it's not so easy anymore. A week, 2 weeks, and where did all that inspiration go? What happened to all those changes I wanted to make? So Rabbi Salanter advises us, pick something small that we know we will be able to do. It'll stretch us a little bit, but not too much. And go with that thing and make it happen. Pick something small, but concrete and solid and real, not just some vague idea, not just some concept, some feeling, some sentiment that we have inside ourselves that doesn't get concretized. No, take something practical and decide, okay, whatever it is, I'm going to work this year on Midah X, Mitzvah X, Relationship X, whatever it is, and I'm going to do the following. Each one of us has to make that assessment and figure out what it is that little thing that I can do, and I'm going to do it. Just as an example, one year there was a certain subject that I really wanted to focus on. And I decided, you know what I'm going to do this year? Every day, there was a certain book that was dedicated to that idea, and I wanted to get through this book because I knew in this book are important principles about the idea. I said, every day, 2 minutes. I will read this book for 2 minutes. And I tell you, there were some nights where I didn't feel like doing it, pulled out the stopwatch, said go, read the 2 minutes, closed the book. But I kept it up for a year, I finished it, and it made an impact. So I leave it to you. Figure out for yourself what this thing is, but pick something small, pick something real, pick something concrete, and go with it. And when we do that, one, we'll be able to look back next year and say, hey, I did make a change. Maybe it wasn't the biggest, but it was something real. The next year we'll go even further. And sometimes once you get into the mode of making changes, even if it's a small one, these things grow. So I'm going to wish to everybody, Gemar Chasima Tova, everyone should be written and sealed for a wonderful year. Have a very meaningful Yom Kippur to everyone. See you next week.